Our ceremony will begin shortly. Please take your places and silence your cell phones. Please rise while the colors are posted.
Ready? Paul. Post colors.
Former Congressman Michael McNulty will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for our opening prayer. Skip Diamond will lead us in prayer.
Almighty God, you are the source of our life, strength, and purpose. In your presence alone we find help, hope, and life. Guide us through this hour of fellowship and reflection. Be grounded with the hymn reminder of your love, all whose lives we touch this day. For it's in your glory we gather and offer our prayers. Amen.
Amen. Can't put. Left face. Come left. Forward. March.
Please be seated. Good morning. I'm Peter K. Goebel, the Director of the Rensselaer County Veterans Service Agency. We have gathered here this morning to honor a deceased Rensselaer County veteran for the month of December, and that veteran is Ellen E. McKnight. We are honored to have with us this morning her family, her son Stuart McKnight, her daughter-in-law Diane McKnight, her son Douglas McKnight, her son Donald McKnight, her son Colin McKnight, her granddaughter Emily Caruso, and her granddaughter Erin Daly. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Also with us today to honor our Veteran of the Month are representing Congressman Paul Tonko, Katie Dunn, representing Congressman Antonio Delgado, Sarah Roberts, former Congressman Michael McNulty, New York State Senator Daphne Jordan, New York State Assemblyman Jake Ashby, Rensselaer County Executive Steve McLaughlin, Rensselaer County Legislative Chair Mike Stammel, representing Rensselaer County District Attorney Mary Pat Donnelly, Susan Mullen Caliphate, representing Colonel Milt Kelly from the Watervliet Arsenal, Mr. Matt Day, and County Legislators Mark Fleming, Tom Grant, and Carol Weaver. As we are all well aware, Memorial Day and Veterans Day are special days to remember all of our veterans. This program was created to help us honor our veterans all year round. To us here in Rensselaer County, every day is Veterans Day. The Rensselaer County Honor a Deceased Veteran Program represents veterans organizations throughout the entire county. This includes members of the American Legion, Disabled American Veterans, Veterans of Lansingburg, Military Order of the Purple Heart, Marine Corps League, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Korean War Veterans, Tri-County Council of Vietnam-era Veterans, Heroes at Home, the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, the Vietnam Veterans of America, AMVETS, and the Rensselaer County Veterans Service Agency. I will now ask Mike Stammel, Rensselaer County Legislative Chair, and the assembled county legislators to come forward to tell us.
Better put these on or we'll never make it. Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Stammel, and the first thing I'd like to do is, obviously, this being the month of December, is to wish all of you a happy Advent, a Hanukkah, and a Merry Christmas, as well as a Happy New Year. And I would like to also welcome each and every one of you to our monthly Honor of Deceased Veterans program. This month, we have the honor and the privilege to recognize a woman who bravely enlisted not once, but twice to serve her country. Today, we honor the life and service of Ellen McKnight. Ellen was born in Castleton-on-the-Hudson on June 6, 1919. Ellen was one of 3 children born to Herman and Catherine Gietz, along with her sister Winifred and a brother Harold. Ellen grew up in Castleton-on-the-Hudson and graduated from Castleton High School in 1937 and went to St. Luke's Hospital School of Nursing in New York City and graduated in 1940. Nursing in New York City and graduated in 1940, okay. On October 1st, 1941, Ellen had made the decision to enlist in the United States Army in Albany as a trained nurse. Ellen's experience, and especially valued to our armed forces during World War II. Ellen was assigned the Army Nurse Corps, Nurse Corps, and was stationed in Texas, Maryland, Virginia, Ohio, Puerto Rico, and Okinawa, Japan. During World War II, over 59,000 American nurses served in the Army Nurse Corps. It was the time when many women were entering the workforce for the very first time because of the tremendous need faced by the U.S. during the war. The need for nurses was great, and thousands of women like Ellen answered the nation's call during this time of great need. These nurses were transported all around the world and many times were very close to the front lines of battle and in harm's way. These wartime experiences broadened their lives and their expectations. While tending to injured GIs in Puerto Rico, Ellen met Lieutenant Nevin W. Shake, who served in 106th Regiment Infantry. Ellen went to marry Nevin. Sadly, Nevin was captured and killed by friendly fire during the bombing of Germany in 1944. Ellen was honorably discharged from the Army on December 21st, 1945. Ellen was awarded the World War II Victory Medal, the American Campaign Medal, the Women's Army Corps Service Medal for her distinguished service. 3 years later, Ellen re-enlisted in the Army on December 15, 1948. While stationed in Killeen, Texas, Ellen met Lieutenant Colonel James McKnight. Ellen returned home to Castleton, where she married James on March 31st, 1950. After her wedding, Ellen continued to serve until August 14th, 1950, when she was once again honorably discharged and awarded the nation's Defense Service Medal. Ellen and James settled down and started a family in Castleton. They went to raise 5 sons: David, Douglas, Colin, Stuart, and Donald. Ellen supported her family by doing what she loved, working as a registered professional nurse. Ellen retired from the career in nursing at the School of Nurse. She was the school nurse at Maple Hill High School. Ellen enjoyed participating in Castleton Study Club and was a member of the Castleton Seniors, Trinity Lutheran Church, and the Castleton VFW Post 7337. Sadly, Ellen passed away at the age of 98. Left behind to cherish her memories are her sons David, Douglas, Colin, and Stuart, and Donald, and her many grandchildren. Ellen was preceded by her parents, Herman and Kathleen Gietz, and her sister, Winifred, and her brother, Reverend Harold Gietz. Ellen is buried at Arlington National Cemetery in Arlington, Virginia. Ellen McKnight is a fine example of our greatest generation. Her dedication to serving our country during the time of great need exemplified those earned the title of the greatest generation. We are grateful for Ellen's service, and we are very thankful for her family has allowed us to recognize her for today. That's for sure. With that, members of the county legislature would like to provide the family with a plaque. Resolution.
I will now ask our Rensselaer County Executive, Steve McLaughlin, to come forward.
Thank you, Peter. Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here this morning, an honor, really, and to be joined with all of my colleagues in federal, state, local government, Congressman McNulty back there, who was instrumental in starting these ceremonies, which have now been picked up by some other counties in the area, so we're certainly thankful for that. You know, and I, looking through this and reading through the bio there, it's pretty amazing when you hear, you know, it looks like a local girl who went away and did her duty and came right back to where she was from. So it's pretty amazing to watch that. And what she saw during that time must have been amazing. She's probably 10 years old when the Depression hits, so they lived through that. And then she goes off to war at 22 and re-enlists, which probably had her well trained for having all of you guys. By the way, Don says that he is her greatest achievement. I don't want to start anything with the family, but you know, I think she would probably say her greatest achievement is the 10 grandkids and the 4 great-grandchildren as well. I'm sure she was immensely proud of them, but we're very happy and honored to be able to honor her because we think about 59,000 nurses, and then I read that less than 4% that were medically evacuated or treated died of wounds or disease. That's an amazing statistic back then with the technology that they had. And it just shows the dedication of those nurses and doctors to stabilize those men and get them out of the field of battle, get them where they needed to be to get that treatment and survive. So she was one of those 59,000 and played a huge role in, and as we've heard many times said before, doing nothing less than saving the world in World War II. That's what they did, and both men and women. And it's a little unusual for us to be able to honor a lady veteran, a woman veteran, but we're certainly thrilled to do so, and we hope we see more of that as well here. So on behalf of the county, we've got a proclamation here just proclaiming Ellen as the deceased veteran of the month here in Rensselaer County, and thank you for her service, and thank you for letting us honor her today. Thank you.
I will now ask Katie Dunn, representing Congressman Paul Tonko, and Sarah Roberts, representing Congressman Antonio Delgado, to come forward.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Katie Dunn, and I'm with Congressman Paul Tonko's office. I would like to start by thanking Rensselaer County for putting on this ceremony each month as a way to pay tribute to our veterans. Unfortunately, the congressman could not make it this morning as he's traveling back to Washington, D.C. after to attend to legislative matters. But he asked that I join with you all this morning in memory of First Sergeant Ellen McKnight. We are inspired by her devotion and patriotism. After completing nursing school, she felt called to service and joined the U.S. Army Nursing Corps during World War II. She was awarded several accolades for her service, including the World War II Victory Medal, the American Campaign Medal, and the Women's Army Corps Service Ribbon, to name a few. After leaving the U.S. Army Nurse Corps, like many of our vets, First Sergeant Ellen McKnight continued to be of service by being an active member of the Rensselaer County community. She worked as a school nurse, was a member of the Castleton VFW Post 7337, and was a member of several local organizations. As a small token of our gratitude, Congressman Tonko and Congressman Delgado asked that a flag be flown over our nation's capital.
Hi there. I have a brief letter to read from the Congressman. Dear family and friends of Ellen E. McKnight, I am truly humbled to join the Rensselaer County Honor a Deceased Veteran Committee in honoring Ellen E. McKnight, a dedicated community member who served our country honorably in the United States Army Nurse Corps during World War II. On behalf of New York's 19th Congressional District, I thank her for her service to our great country. After graduating St. Luke's Hospital School of Nursing in 1940, she enlisted her skills to serve the U.S. Army. For her superlative service, she was awarded the World War II Victory Medal, the American Campaign Medal, the National Defense Service Ribbon, and the Women's Army Corps Service Ribbon. Ellen's immense commitment to serving others did not end upon her return home. She continued to dedicate her time to healing as a nurse at Maple Hill High School. She joined her local Castleton VFW post 7337 to continue serving veterans. Our community cannot thank her enough for her compassion and dedication to those in need. America is eternally indebted to Ellen for her bravery and patriotism. I am proud to honor this dedicated citizen whose life was filled with service to her country, family, and community. Sincerely yours, Antonio Delgado.
I will now ask New York State Senator Daphne Jordan to come forward.
Good morning. I'm pleased to be here with Assemblyman Jake Ashby and my government colleagues here in Rensselaer County, and especially with our Director of Veterans Services, Peter Goebel. He does a fantastic job here in the county. I'm most proud, though, to be here to honor and recognize Lieutenant Ellen McKnight. So much has already been said about her, and I don't want to repeat that, but the question that kept going through my mind, even last night as I was looking at the information I had, is when she served in Okinawa, was she there during the time of the Battle of Okinawa? Okay, that's good. Ellen was a nurse, and in general, just to be a nurse, you have to be an extremely caring and selfless individual. To join the Army and be a nurse there, you not only have to have those qualities, but you have to have the sense of duty. You have to have a little bit more strength, because what is brought to you is not someone that is just scheduled for surgery and seemingly looking normal. It's someone that could have had something horrendous happen to their body, something that the normal person can't stomach to look at. So I would say that Ellen's service was more than just being what we think of as a caring nurse. She was a very strong individual to be able to perform the duties that she had to perform as an Army nurse. She did all of that, and as was mentioned, she came back home. Well, first, before even finishing her duty, she re-enlisted, which always amazes me when someone has finished and has gone through all of that hard work and not pleasant work, that they would re-enlist again. That's, again, the sense of duty that she had. But when she came home, as was mentioned, she was a registered nurse, and what was probably the most pleasant time of her life was being the nurse at Maple Hill High School. That's a lot easier than serving as an Army nurse, although that has its problems too with high school children. She did work in her community, and so she's someone that we commend and someone that I'm proud to honor today. I know that she had 5 sons and, as we heard, many grandchildren, and I'm sure those were her greatest accomplishments. But she has other accomplishments that she may not know of now, and one of them are all the awards she's receiving today, and that I'm going to be presenting you and on her behalf with a New York State proclamation and also a New York State Liberty Medal, which is the highest award given by the state senate to an individual. So I'm happy to present them for her today.
I will now ask New York State Assemblyman Jake Ashby to come forward.
Thank you, Peter. Certainly an honor and a pleasure to be here with everyone this morning. I want to thank Congressman McNulty for being here and, again, being the impetus for putting together, this ceremony that we take part in each month. This one is a little special to me because it's close to home. It's, about a family, a woman who is from my hometown. And it's interesting when someone's from your hometown, you think you know them, right? You remember them, you have this concept in your mind of who they are, but I didn't know some of these things. And reading about your mother and your grandmother and what she went through during her time in service is it's amazing. And I know that we have our photos that we hoist up on the poles when you drive down, and it's your mom and your dad, your grandmother and grandfather that are there. But now looking at them, knowing what I know about her service, being in Okinawa, although maybe not during the battle, but I'm not sure too many medical personnel that would have been on the island during the battle. But even afterwards, it being a way station and seeing what she probably saw and doing what she did there and helping and enduring that and continuing to, carry on. And then also having been married and having that loss as well. I don't think too many people realize or consider what it takes to get through all of those things. Just to get through it. Not only did she do that, she came home. She remarried, she raised a wonderful family, right? Provided a wonderful example for all of us, really, in the community. And then continued to serve in multiple organizations, right? And as a school nurse, having been through all of that. That's amazing. That is simply, I don't think people today can really fathom what that takes as a person to do. And then hold together the Rowdy McKnight family. So it's certainly an honor and a privilege to be able to be here with you today and provide these remarks. And on behalf of myself and my colleague John McDonald in the New York State Assembly, I'd like to provide a citation to you.
Tim Forbes from the Rensselaer County Honor Deceased Veteran Committee will present the committee plaque at this time. Will the committee members please rise?
On behalf of the Honor Deceased Veterans Committee, the citizens of Rensselaer County, and the veterans here assembled, please accept this plaque as a symbol of our appreciation for Ellen's service, and thank you all for allowing us to honor Ellen. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Please stand for the closing prayer.
Day is done. Dawn the sun from the lake to hell in the sky. All is well. God's compassion, dignity, and strength until this veteran and her family, bless her, and grant her family comfort and everlasting peace. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Madam Judge.
Retire the colors.
Ready? Pull. Retrieve colors. Two. Right face. Come right, forward, march.